Hello. As always, morning coffee. All right, so up to this point, I showed you how I clean up audio. I also showed you how I just normalize the audio waveforms or whatever, like when I edit and all that stuff. So I have those links in the description. I think like the final thing I want to show you in regards to audio that I know I can think of at the moment is basically compression, right? All right, I have the link in the description. But if you guys want to know more about compression and have like someone that actually knows about audio like really well, is check out Spectra Sound Studios. This guy's name is Glenn Flecker, I believe. On my free time, I like to play guitar and all this stuff, and I've been watching a lot of his videos to like understand more how to record music and all this stuff. And he has a video that talks about compression, audio compression and like how it works and all this stuff. And like, yeah, definitely check out the video, and he goes more into detail about it, right? So basically what I'm going to show you is basically what I do in Premiere Pro on how I add a little bit of compression to like the audio, right? So far, from my limited understanding of audio, when you think of compression, obviously you think of something being squashed, right? Pretty much when you use a compressor and for audio, really it's kind of like using a very fast volume knob, right? Pretty much what you're telling the audio is like, if the audio is at a certain low level, increase it a bit. If it gets past a certain high level, you reduce it a little bit, right? So that's what compressor is. It's kind of like a very fast volume knob, right? And it increases the volume, then it decreases, really fast, depending on how you set it up. That's pretty much what compression is, from my understanding. Just to get out of the way, be sure you use a hard limiter, right? Be sure you go to your Windows, audio track mixers, make sure you select that. That's your window. By any chance, if you open your audio track mixer and you see this, there's a little arrow on the top left here. Click on that, and then you got this, guys, right? So, and your master, click on the drop-down menu, go to amplitude compression, and add a hard limiter, right? And set it to like -3 or -4. I usually have it around there. For me, I use -4. Anything past that, I just feel like it's too distorted for me. One, to protect your ears, and also like, I don't like anything past -4. It sounds too distorted to me or whatever. Basically, when I have the audio levels, I kind of want it to be like just under that. See my audio meters here.
Wow, I've never won something before. Thank you so much. And I would say, having done giveaways,
you can actually right-click on the audio meters, and you can change like how much decibel range you want. So just so you guys can have more of a clear view of what's going on, I'm going to increase it. I have the range to 24 decibels. That way you guys can see.
On my channel, but also in the past on Newegg, the response I usually get from the giveaways is really positive.
So you can see like the audio waves kind of like peaks around this area. And once it reaches like the -4 area, it just gets cut off, right?
We've had giveaways that I used to do back in the day where the winners were just kind of like...
All right, if you look over here, we have the master, and pretty much we have audio track number 1. See, I'm going to mute the music. You can see here.
Like, okay, send it here. But the winners I usually pick, I don't know whether I'm just lucky or something. They're almost always like, I've watched your channel for a while.
As you can see, for the most part, like the audio levels around this area, right? And when there's like a spike, you can see here, you can see it turns red, right? But it gets cut off here in the master.
And thank you for this and that. And that really helps me, because doing giveaways like this can often be challenging. And even when I have giveaways that maybe are...
Right, so in the moments there's like, and whatever. If he claps or drops something, there's gonna be a spike there, right? So that's why you have the hard limiter. That way, kind of like it stops that peak. It doesn't hurt your hearing, and also like it just helps keep everything under control, right? On the main dialogue 1, where I have like my dialogue pause voice, it's on track 1 here, A1 dialogue. After cleaning the audio, like I said, there's a link in the descriptions for that. I have a pull down menu, go to amplitude compression, and I have a dynamics processing. Now, if I double click on that, you get this guy. Now, first I didn't fully understand how this works. I still kind of don't, but I will do my best to explain it. Pretty much, this is your audio range or whatever, when you speak.
You're just North America or otherwise. It seems like there's always somebody who comes back and was like, hey, I'm not able to enter for this reason.
All right, so you can see pretty much like when he's talking, it's kind of like it ends around this area because we have the limiter.
Reason or whatever, and that sucks. I try to make them as open and as available.
All right, and this is measuring by how much you want to increase or decrease using the compressor, right? All right, so I'm going to turn it on and off. I have a treble here, but I disabled that. So keep an eye on like the meters here, and also you can see the audio meters here when I turn on and off like the compressor. So right now it's off.
Has all of the winners that I've just now chosen. I'm going to be posting that over on Twitter as well. So you should check your email if you entered in.
So you can see how like low the audio is right here, right? So by adding like a compressor
in this giveaway, whatever email you use to enter, make sure that you don't have an email from me, because it's going to be 24 hours.
As you see how much the audio increased, right? It was like low. Then by adding some compression, I increased like the the audio a little bit more for Paul, right?
Until this expires, and then I pick new winners for the prizes that are not claimed. I'll be following up about that on Twitter. I'm not planning on making another announcement video. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's just been kind of a short, quick announcement, but for those of you who are kind of curious how the end process.
Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure you can hear the difference, right? Obviously, I'm hoping you have good headsets. And if you guys are curious, I'm using the Sony Dynamic Stereo headphones, MDR 7506. Paul gave me these. I guess they're standard. They're really good. I had these forever. Okay, so what am I doing here? So basically the compression, right?
Of a giveaway goes. Maybe this is clarified a little bit for you. And hey, if you guys have any suggestions or ideas.
So I can see like the audio waves, pretty much the peaks, it kind of like dances around this area, right?
Ideas for other ways that I could do a giveaway or any other means that I can give back to you guys.
So basically all this over here, it's fine. It's mainly around this area that I want to increase, right? I just want to increase like that section of like the audio, not too much, right? So I put you can just click here on this blue line and you can add like a keyframe. I added a keyframe around the -30 area.
Because I'm always looking for ways to do that within reason, of course. Please post those down.
All right, and I added another keyframe in the center around the -20 area, and as you can see, I increased it. You can actually right-click and hit edit point, and it tells you the input signal and output signal. So right now, the input signal is it's at -18. That's pretty much where it's at in regards to like the position of the audio signal. That's pretty much this area over here. So the input signal is around this area. It's a -18, right? And output signal is -15. From -18, I increased it to -15. So it's a little bit louder, not too much, right? Also, like on the top one here, I reduced it a little bit. That way, basically, once it starts reaching that peak area, it kind of like lowers it a little bit, right? That way, like once it starts reaching that like its peak level of the audio, it gets dipped down a bit, right? That way, like the volume gets turned down, basically, right? So around this area where like the waveforms are mainly dancing around, I want those to be increased a bit. But if there's like a spike on the audio, I reduce it a little bit by over here, right? And again, it's only these areas that I want to increase the audio. The rest is fine.
Down in the comment section down below, I will check that out and see if there's anything I can do. And for all the winners who have just been chosen, big congrats, especially to the person who won this.
That's literally it. Now, with the treble, treble is basically the high range of the audio signals, right? Usually I just have a treble and I just increase it by 3.
Looking forward to getting this packed up and shipped and on its way. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Check out my more recent videos if you're interested in just kind of things that.
Yeah, it's very slight, but you do hear it. That's basically it. Trying to keep my videos short, right? So I broke them up, obviously, instead of having one massive video, but links in the description for the other videos on how I clean up audio, how I normalize like the audio levels when you have like a bunch of clips or in the edits, right, and whatnot. The way everything sounds more consistent and nice and all that good stuff, right? So in the future video, I'll show you what I do with music and all this stuff. So, whatever, keep the ball rolling with more videos, right? Anyways, check out the descriptions, please. If you want to help me out for more coffee, there's a little PayPal link. I like my coffee. Anyways, take care and peace.